Coach Toyin. Welcome. We're heading over to covering part four of the success secrets on ending self sabotage. So, previously, we've covered the connection between anxiety, procrastination. We've talked about time, your relationship with time wasting versus time management, the concept of time being measured, and the opportunity to create within time, right? The work that you're doing, the impact you're having is going to be greatly influenced by the relationship you have with time. And today, I want to dive into this idea that you are what you believe. Okay. You are what you believe. So I'm going to be diving into this idea that many times people's belief lead to self sabotage, right? And basically, how you think influences how you feel, emotions, and how you feel, right, affects behavior. And so when you embody a belief system that is in conflict with exactly who you desire to be, who you want to be, who you need to be able to achieve everything you want, if you believe something that is in conflict with the progress you want in your life, then you have this internal, misalignment. Okay. Because in order for you to achieve success, in order for you to be progressive, in order for you to make progress in your life, there actually has to be alignment within you. Okay. There has to be within, many people are so focused on the external world, they abandon the internal universe within them. And your internal universe is actually responsible for, what you create, right? And what you experience in life. So actually, your internal, what I call your internal universe, what's going on within us is what is most powerful. If you fix that, if you get that under control, you be more powerful, you unleash, right? Yourself, your creativity, your potential, your wealth, your success, right? Many times a lot of these things keep it, limited. It keeps your expression, it keeps your success limited when you don't do this work. And the opposite of self sabotage is really self improvement. If you're not improving yourself, if you're not actively, you know, making progress, pushing yourself to be better, being aware, deleting the viruses. I always talk about deleting the viruses. I use a lot of analogies. So, for example, when you think about your mind being the guiding, the GPS, you can also think of your mind as your operating system. Okay. And it's programmed a certain way to perform specific functions. And there are viruses in our, in our systems, just like, there are germs everywhere. If you don't brush your teeth, if you don't brush your teeth, there are germs. And eventually they'll give you cavities, right? So part of this thing is that as long as, you're here, the human experience is one that there are different thoughts and ideas permeating, circulating in the world, social media, in your community, different ideas, right? In the academy, toyinumesivi.academy, right? There's a program 10 weeks, the 10 there's the 10-week accelerator for those who have gone through that. But then there's the game plan as well, 12 strategies for winning in life and business, because the school is really for those who want to learn how to build a successful business. And it's supported by, yes, sales, business training, and in addition, mindset, personal development training as well. The reason is because for you to build a successful business, you actually have to build a successful mindset. Okay? Because your mind will build your reality, and the business will always be a reflection of who you are. If you want your business to go to the next level, you have to go to the next level first, because you're the one dragging the business to where you are. If you want your business to grow, you have to grow. If you want your business to expand, you have to expand first, because the business is a reflection of your state of being, right? When you grow, your business will grow. When you expand, your business will expand. And so this work is really for entrepreneurs, those who want to go to the higher dimensions of business, Those are the people I support. The classes, courses at toyinumesiri.academy will help you unleash your greatness, unleash your wealth, right? Unlock the wealth within you, and will also give you the skills and strategies to build a successful business. You are part of that equation. In fact, you're the most important part of your success equation. Write that down. I am the most important part of my success equation. You know why? Nobody gets to give you this. You gift it to yourself. Nobody's responsible for your business. Nobody's responsible for doing the work, right? For your business. No, nobody's responsible. You are, we are. For me, I get to have the honor of supporting those who want to accelerate success and move on to higher dimensions faster. Okay. So today you are what you believe. Okay. What do you believe? I always say grab your pen, grab your piece of paper, because if you want maximum transformation from sessions like this, you've got to engage, you've got to be present. In particular, you've got to take notes and think through this. If you don't do that, okay, if you don't take notes, if you don't engage, you're only going to get about 25% value from a session like this. 25%. And that 25% in about 24 hours might go down to 2% because you're going to forget, right? It will be just another stuff that your mind will just not engage in. The reason is because the mindset creates specific reality. Anytime you want to disrupt your own mindset, if your mindset is not getting you everything you want today, that means you have to be on a mission to disrupt it. Learn, relearn, unlearn, all of those things. And the way you unlearn is to reprogram yourself. And if all you're doing is just consuming content, remember, the same mindset will file it in the same way. The mind is always thinking about what's useful, what's useless. I always say the mind is like a digestive system. Okay, it's like a digestive system in that when you whatever you take in, it will still sort out, and then it will divide it between what's useful, what's useless. So the quality of information you take in and the quality of processing and the quality of filing and the quality of decision and the quality of your conclusions and the quality of the stories you tell yourself and how whatever you make up of what you're experiencing will determine what's useful or not. Just like if you eat regular food, right? Your body will take what it wants to take and release the rest. That's why when you sleep at night, you understand, you might wake up in the morning not even remembering a lot of the things that happened previously. Your mind just threw it all in the garbage. Right? And then the virus is the things your mind ought not to be remembering or calibrating. There are some people's mindset would remind them all the, you know, they, them, the government. It will remember juicy, non-relevant information, right? Things that will not, some people are programmed, and I'm going to cover it today. You are what you believe. Some people have programmed their belief system, okay, to be seeking out and searching for things that aligns to their belief system. So the way the human mind is shaped, okay, whatever you believe, right, your mind will continue to bring it to you. Whatever it is we believe, whatever it is you believe, it's a signal that you've given your mind that this is important to your future. Okay, so this is why this work is so important, is that when you take in information, or let's say you experience a message, whether in a story, whenever you experience a message, okay, it is neutral. Everything is neutral until you ascribe meaning to it. Every thought is neutral until you make it make sense for you. So when a thought comes at you and then you agree with it, belief system is shaped by your agreements. Okay, so welcome everyone. I see more people joining. Thank you. Drop your questions, drop your comments. Let me know where you're joining from as well. Okay, If you're team replay as well, do drop comments, questions. I'll come back to the video after it processes and I'll be happy to respond and engage as well. So, yes, what do you think today about part 4 of the series Self Sabotage? And today we're covering you are what you believe. You are what you believe. So, let me also pull in some other people. Okay. Thank you for being here. Give me a moment. I've gotten some good feedback. Listen, if you want transformation, if you want the truth, because transformation really is revelation. Revelation leads to transformation because there are many things that they are hiding in plain sight, many thoughts, many belief system rooted, okay? And they're hiding within you. But once you go through a session like this, and you gain revelation, insights, enlightenment, all of a sudden now they're visible to you. Now you can watch out for it. Now you can disrupt it. You cannot disrupt something that is not visible. And that's why the pen and the piece of paper helps you to reveal what's within you that is in hiding. Thoughts. That's why I always say, put down thoughts, feelings, emotion, action, behavior. And then ask yourself, what am I thinking right now? How do I feel right now? Okay. What are my behaviors towards any particular topic? So, as example, I talked about you are what you believe. Okay, let's say about business. What do you believe about business? Is it difficult? Is it hard? Is it something for you? Is it not for you? Is it possible for you? Is it not possible for you? Right? Belief. Whenever you hear the word, oh, start your business, or Toyin says, join the academy, right? Enroll in my programs. It will teach you how to build a successful business faster. Learn the steps, develop the skills, mindset of an entrepreneur. Anytime you hear those types of messages, your response, not just verbal, but within whatever stirs up within you, right? Some people, it will resonate and they'll say, oh, I know I need to start a business. Some will go, I've tried it before, it did not work. Another person will go, not now, maybe next year. Another person will go, interesting. Let me listen to Toyi more. You see all of those things going on, all of those things going on within you, that's your programming. It's tied heavily to your programming. In the game plan, right, program at the academy, I talk about nature, nurture, culture. Nature, nurture, culture, how you must disrupt how it has programmed you, because you cannot, if you keep operating with the old programming, if it hasn't been programmed to help you pursue what you now want for yourself, you will find that it will be in your way. Self-sabotage. It will be tripping you. You take one step forward, something, a thought, a belief system, something somebody told you when you were 5. When you talk about marketing, you will say, oh, I don't want to post, I don't want to speak. When you talk about branding, you say, oh, I'm shy, I don't. All of those things are all the making of your stories, your belief system. Because look around you, people who do not believe what you believe, they are doing their life, they are making millions, they're not holding themselves back. People who do not believe what you believe do not feel how you feel, and they do not behave the way you behave. What you believe will 100% determine what you do, and what you do will determine what you get. So ask yourself, what do I believe? How do I feel? What am I doing? Right? Let me give you an example. This one is really classic right now. It's so classic right now, right now. It's so important. And this phenomenon is used a lot in marketing. You see, in the marketing world, generally speaking, The human mind, human behavior, human psychology has been, listen, studied, well understood. There are PhD human behavioral scientists behind all of these things. So the general human behavior at certain levels, let me explain. You know, the whole world is not everybody thinks the same way, not everybody feels the same way, not everybody is pursuing the same things. And because of that, the world is shaped as a pyramid. Okay, not everybody thinks the same way about the same things, not everybody feels the same way about things, not everybody are doing the same thing. Okay, let me give another, let me throw in another message. I'm trying to paint a picture right now. Marketing, sales, but let's talk about money. Money, what do you think about money? How do you feel about money? What are you doing about money? So we're talking about self-sabotage. You are what you believe. Whatever you believe and think about money, whatever, however money makes you feel, whatever you're doing about money, listen, 100% will shape what you would experience about money. Whatever you think about it, however you feel about it, and your behavior towards it will determine if you get more of it or less of it. So you have to confront your own reality. Because those who believe, I'm just giving an example, just those who think about money a certain way would either make more or less of it. Certain emotion about money will help you get it or help you lose it. Certain behaviors towards money will help you get it or help you lose it. You are what you believe. So if we don't start interrogating our belief system and recalibrating it. Let's say you now start a business, okay? You're now an entrepreneur, okay? Guess what? The belief system of an entrepreneur is different from the belief system of an employee, is different from the belief system of a business owner. If you don't disrupt that belief system and adopt the right one, right, you will be experiencing what you're experiencing. So we have to disrupt. And we talk about mindset, we talk about belief system. Your belief system, it's like they all work hand in hand. Your mindset will help you program your belief system. Your belief system will reinforce your mindset. It's like a cycle. Okay. So if you believe something, you would think about it in specific ways based on what you believe. So let's say, you're growing up and they tell you, oh, money doesn't grow on trees. Meaning they're trying to tell you money is scarce, money is not easily accessible, money is not easy to acquire, money is not this, money is not that, money is not that. And you've heard that so many times. Now you've believed it. Okay. So your thoughts about money, okay, it will be there in your mindset. Your mindset is frozen as money is difficult to make, to attract. That's it. So anytime a new message comes that is in conflict with your belief system, you will resist it. You push it back. That's why many people, you hear people say, oh, let me push back at it's because you just touched a belief system, a thought that they own, that they've made a part of their identity and their life, good or bad. And listen, this stuff, most of the stories, they're neither good or bad. Your own conclusions, how you bring it, if you agree with it, is what gives birth to the fruit in your life. Right? Thoughts are just floating in the atmosphere until it lands in the heart of somebody who chooses to make it their own. That's why there are many things out there you ought not to be touching. You ought not even to be playing around. Consider them toxic waste. Right? There are some thoughts that some people are just spewing out of a toxic heart, toxic past, toxic community, toxic everything. They are spewing it, posting it, sharing it, posting it, sharing it. And then you innocently, you read it. Instead of telling your mind, oh, you are like, oh, hmm, Huh. And you now start playing around in the wrong sandbox. Suddenly, it becomes a reality. Self sabotage. You are what you believe. So, what do you believe about money? What do you believe about time? And for example, another thought in the marketing world, as I was sharing previously, is that some people believe free. Let's pick another one. We've talked about money now. Just in listen, I'm not going to give you the answer. I want you to interrogate yourself. What are my thoughts about money? Okay. What are my feelings about money? How do I behave towards money? Now, let's talk about free. 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 What are your thoughts towards things that are presented to you as freebies? What are your emotions towards freebies? What are your actions towards freebies? Because this stuff governs a lot of marketing at a certain status level in the world. Successful people, their thoughts and mindset towards free thing is they avoid it because they know nothing is free. But most people in the world think everything is free. So free is always used as a mousetrap. You know mousetrap. You know mousetrap. Free bread. Free bread. They know that, guys, do you want the truth? If you want the truth, then this is the place for you. And then share it with your other friends that you want to transform their lives. You want them to also go on this journey of unlimited success. So also like, subscribe, share, follow. It's important for us to expand this type of message because you're not going to find this anywhere else, right? There's so many other things out there. So, what are your thoughts towards free? When you see something that is free, does gluttony rise to the surface? I want it. Or are you disciplined enough to investigate the mousetrap around that free stuff? Because successful people, they would, free doesn't get them unless they allow themselves to go on that journey. They know eventually it will still be right paid. Now, one thing that successful people will do and avoid, one of the reasons they avoid free is because they know it's a waste of time. So they will always say, let's cut to the chase. That phrase, you know that phrase? You've heard it in movies. Listen, somebody's trying to prime you, prime you. You're like, guys, I don't have time to waste. Let's cut to the chase. What's the real stuff you're trying to tell me here? Leave those other stuff for the people who don't know this game you're playing. Give it to me. So you find out that so many people, you want to go to California. There's a straight line to California, but yet they will allow themselves for the next 6 months to be taken on a merry-go-round with free, right? And then they've lost time, they've wasted time because they allow themselves to be dragged along on a journey they ought not to be in anyway. And this thing is true, particularly when you think about what's going on in the coaching industry. The people know that the highest value they can deliver to you that will get you the fastest result sits at a premium level, but they know most people in the world, right, want their time with most people that do not value their time, they will attempt to use money, right, to spend their time to save money instead of using money to save time. Let me say that again. We're talking about self-sabotage. Listen to this. You are what you believe. If you believe your money is more important than your time, anytime someone says spend money to save time, you will resist it. You say, no, 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 no. I've got time. You will invest time, you will download something, you start spending hours reading it. Sometimes you may not even read it. You start showing up because they told you pay $10. You don't want to pay 1,000. You don't want to pay what it costs, the real value that will give you accelerated results. Because of your relationship with money and time, guess what you would do? You say, no, my money is more precious than my time. I have time to spend with you. Let's go on this journey for free. Month one, month two, 6 months later, they've led you down a path you never intended going, simply because, right, the premium they were offering you before, you said no. 6 months after going down this path, they now show you, oh, by the way, my premium is this. The premium you could have saved 6 months of your time on and invested in upfront. Guess what? People will waste time thinking they're saving money instead of spending money to save time. Instead of spending money into the highest premium, getting the value quicker, and then being able to use that value to get accelerated results. Some people will get results in a month. Some people will still spend 6 months going down the rabbit trail. Yes, let's think about it. What's more important, time or money? How are you spending time? What are you spending time on? What are you spending money on? Successful people use money. They will pay you money before they give you their time. Because that's their time, he's getting them serious value. They rather invest their time on high value, right? High value oriented activities and tasks. Unsuccessful people will use that same time to participate in low value, low impact, low result activities, chasing free all over because they believe, again, back to believe, you believe free, okay, will help. In fact, I don't even know what you believe. Write it down. What do you believe? We are living in a world right now where everybody's like free, 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 free. And you've downloaded 100 free stuff. The 100 free stuff you've downloaded, did they get you closer to building wealth? I'm just asking. Write it down. Okay? Or one program, the right one program you invest in. Okay? Which one will give you accelerated results? 10 free downloads, 100 free downloads, or one premium offer that takes you from where you are to your destination in an accelerated way. These choices are always being presented, right? But oftentimes we don't want to hear it. But it's back to self-sabotage. These things, this reality, if you don't confront it, if you don't have a conversation with yourself, if you don't set goals, right? People that do not set goals, they give their time away. It's about 100, almost 100 days, a little to the end of this year, as example, right? The first months of the year, how did you invest it? Where did you invest it? What did you get back in return? Because certain people have gotten incredible results because they invested their time wisely in wise spaces. So they have return, they've established their company, they're moving forward, they're achieving progress, they've trained themselves, they've gone through my school, right? They're making progress, they are better off today because of the investments they made in training, in capacity building, right? Now they've answered all the questions they have about business. How do I price? How do I brand? How do I market? How do I do lead generation? How do I do this? They've answered it. Some people enter the year with the same question. Right now, they still are carrying the questions around. Because when you don't invest, your questions stay with you. Right? Because when you have questions about life, our job is to keep solving. I always say, like, questions are the equations of life. Remember, like in school, they'll give you equation x plus y equals to z. The puzzles of life is because we have questions we need answers to. That's why I always talk about education gives us guidance, direction, and instruction. That's what our mind is always searching for. But when you believe, okay, a certain story, your mind will also follow that story and will be searching to make sure your story is true. It will be searching for what will help make your story true. It's like it helps make your dream come true. Right? Your mind will help make your dream come true. So if you come up with a story that you don't have this, you don't have that, you don't have this, so you can't do this, listen, your mind will say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, let's make it true. When you say, oh, there's this, there's no that, your mind will say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, let me help you really make it true for you. So actually, being able to disrupt your belief is also where mindset can be disrupted. Because when you start believing more for yourself, when you start believing you can build $1 million business, when you start believing that greatness is yours, when you can start believing that wealth belongs to you, when you start changing the fundamental belief system that is powering the orientation of your right mind, all of a sudden you start seeing and experiencing a different part of life. All of a sudden you start seeing, oh wow, this is possible, that is possible. If I invested, this is possible. If somebody teaches me, this is possible. If somebody guides me, this is possible. If I go into this school, right, this is possible. If I attend this event, you know why? Once you start exposing yourself to new thoughts, new ideas, right, that in a way would help you disrupt limiting mindset. Because if you keep exposing yourself to things that agree with limiting mindset, it strengthens that bond, it makes it stronger. But the moment you start disagreeing, right, with your own thinking pattern, say, no, 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 no. Why? Once you start interrogating yourself, no, I refuse to believe this. This cannot be true, right? That work starts. All of a sudden, they start losing their hold on your life. Okay. The other thing that you have to also watch out for is that when new thoughts are imagined for you, the first reaction is that most people resist it, because again, anything that is in opposition, that is in conflict with what you believe, you fight. But what you ought to be fighting, when I use the word fight, is like challenging, evaluating, exploring, interrogating, right? Investigating is actually within yourself, right? Start there. And so you need to also be an independent thinker, that as you experience the world, you can also say, you don't just take it all in, right? Because all of these things, you now have this pen, your own pen, to be asking yourself, what do I think? Right? What do I think about money? What do I think about time? What do I think about anytime someone says this is free? Right? Just start asking yourself, how do I feel? Because there's a certain emotion. Anytime people see free, you just feel, oh, excited, free food. That's why the mouse trap works. It works all the time. You would think by now they will be smart enough not to touch free baits. No, no, it always works. It always works, and people keep using it. It always works. But the reality is that those who achieve success, you cannot be doing what everybody's doing. You cannot be spending your time going on a wild goose chase simply because you are being led by your own belief system. You think that the more you chase all these things, but they take you for a loop. 6 months later, okay, it's almost the end of the year. This journey you just went on with the $10 investment every month, where did it take you? It also gave you $10. Listen, I've heard so many stories. I've heard so many things that I just honestly, that's why I'm doing this type of session. Because you almost feel like these things are no brainer. Everybody should understand this concept and realize that no, no, it's not so. If it were so, we all ought to be, listen, living the dream life. But many of these things, they stand in the way. So I'm going to start wrapping up today's session, part 4 of ending self-sabotage. And I also want to invite you to head over to toyinumesiri.academy. That's the Entrepreneurs Academy. It's a business school and community for those who want to learn how to build a successful business faster. I've dedicated myself, my work, to really creating world building education, because that's what's missing from our curriculum. When you're an employee and you attempt to transition to become an entrepreneur, really there's a transformation you have to go on, there's a belief system you have to shift. When you want to transition from entrepreneurship to become a business owner, similarly, that must happen, because an entrepreneur has an idea, but your job to become a business owner is you must build an asset that has equity. And that's the journey I take my entrepreneurs on, to become a business owner, to become a sales and business professional, right? So that it's not just that you're building a survival business, because the employee mindset will always stay in the survival mode. The entrepreneur and business owner mindset is about thriving, it's about excellence, it's about unlimited success, it's about asset ownership, right? It's a more elevated, right, way of approaching life. The skill set to support the systems, the structures you also need to put in place. So that's what I teach. I've served as a strategist for the biggest company in the world. I have the honor of bringing big business strategies, right, to coach and guide my clients and students. And I invite you to join us, join my membership. Check out toyinumesiri.academy, type it into your browser and check out the information and select your membership, right? Type. I love to see you there. Tons of resources, over 300 resources, the step by step of entrepreneurship, business development, mindset coaching, and personal development resources as well. There's always also a newsletter, over 150 newsletter support. Really, every day you have something to think about that moves you forward and helps you achieve success. There's inspiration, there's motivation, there's education. I'm going to challenge you. And then there's full on transformation to your next dimension. So it's such a pleasure to continue to really serve my clients and customers in this space. So I invite you to join us. If you have any questions, reach out. You can email me at info@toyinumesiri, right, .com. That's my own personal brand. And then the school is .academy, my first name, my last name .com. You can learn more about the other things I do, but my first name, last name .academy is the school for entrepreneurs. And then I also, my company Nazaru, we also have international trade export classes, and we also have a government business networking platform because we host events. You've probably seen my TV show where I'm interviewing leaders from SBA, Exim Bank, SBDCs, WBDCs. You can see all of that because at the end of the day, if you're a business owner, I'll help you really establish it. But we don't stop there. Once it's established, I also want you to go national and international because that's the highest, fullest, right, growth opportunity. But for you to go to that level, you've got to strengthen the foundation of your business, and that's what the academy helps you do. And the interesting thing is, I actually started my work started in the most advanced side of things because, like I've shared, I was a strategist at the headquarters of Fortune 1 Walmart. You all know Walmart, the biggest company in the world, and that's really where my work started, the international, right, business development at the highest levels. And I realized that many people were interested in really performing right at that level, but the gap was that they didn't have the foundation of a business secured. So that's why I dedicated time to build this school, the Entrepreneurs Academy, my book, all of those things. And even last year, I had the opportunity to work with United Nations to train entrepreneurs from 38 countries. So yeah, this work is going everywhere. You're always going to hear me say this. This academy is going everywhere because I come from a family of educators. My husband is a professor, so I was raised in the academia, in the university system, and all of those things. So when I came into this world of entrepreneurship, and I realized, wait a minute, wealth education, right, information is not wasn't part of the the 20 years you spend earning degrees and degrees. I have 2 degrees, by the way. First degree mathematics. Listen, yes, if it's to do all the technical stuff, yes, we can do it, but I tell you, the school system gives you A on theory. Life, business, listen, it's practical. That's why I always say we can transfer knowledge, but skill, you have to develop skill and it develops over time. That's why my school, it's not just the, oh, take this class and you'll be fine. No, no, you will not be fine. What usually helps you is to take time through repetition and practice to develop skills, sales skills, marketing skills, branding skills, right? Right, business model. Because once you gain skills, no matter what disruption happens in the marketplace, you can apply skills to solve equations of life. But if you don't have skills, you might have information but no skills. You can't create any results. You can read 1,000 books on how to lose weight. If you don't actually perform the task, you will not lose 1 pound. You can read 100 books on fishing. If you don't go to the stream and practice it, these things just sit in your mind. But the way you discipline your body and you test it out, sales is the same way. Anything that requires results requires skills. Music, arts, crafts, you have to show up. The sports system, business is the same. So many people now pride themselves on all the things they are consuming online. But online is not helping you develop skill because there's a certain type of discipline and practice of the right following the right instruction that will actually show you how to complete a particular task. And social media will not. Social media will keep giving you dumping, listen, abundance of just information. But what we need, what you need, is to develop skills so that you can do the work that will get you results and reward. And in order for you to do that, you need instructions, guidance, step by step. Once the human mind is given step by step instruction how to, and you discipline yourself, you have to follow it and do the work, you will get the results. So that's the gap as well that my school covers. The way I teach, how I guide will help you when it comes to training and develop and skill development. I prioritize skill development over and beyond content consumption. I know for a fact if it's content, everybody should be winning and building multi-million dollar business. But no, people won't still do it. You know why? Because it's not just the raw information. You have to extract out of the abundance of everything you're consuming. What you ought to be looking for is instruction. So you need instructional manuals, you need guides, okay? You need step-by-step instruction that you can follow. Step-by-step instruction that you can follow. The roadmap, my workbooks, my classes, my sessions, my frameworks, that's what they give you, and it's all in the school. That's what you need. In order to, you need a blueprint. That's what you go to school for. That's what we all need. Someone that can show you the way, step by step, that you can learn and follow and arrive. But guess what? Massive amounts of content today is leading people to confusion, which is also part of self-sabotage. Right? Your thinking, your thoughts towards content, your feelings and emotions towards content, how you perceive it as valuable or not, is influencing your behavior on social media. And it's influencing what you're getting out of it, what you're able to attract or extract out of it. So, also part of self sabotage is how we are engaging and interacting with massive amounts of content instead of focusing on investing on instruction, the roadmap, the step by step that will actually get us the results we are wanting and we're desiring faster. So, part of self sabotage is that many people are wasting their time going into places that will not help them, investing in things that will not support them, spending countless amounts of time consuming things that will actually make you more confused. And this is the era. I mean, this is something, listen, we all need to tell ourselves the truth. Right now, there are some things you ought, like, you actually need to be consuming less. You have to be careful. It's like, when they say too many cooks in the kitchen spoils the food. Think of your mind. You have to guard your mind. Bible talks about it. Guard your heart, right? Renew your mind. Be careful what you're taking in. If you don't renew, if you don't learn, unlearn, if you don't take out the viruses, these things are programming. You are being programmed to continue to, right, behave a certain way because those things trigger a certain emotion. Content makes you feel good, but does it show you the way? The content that keeps making you feel good. Oh, I'm smart. Oh, that's so good, right? Online, you're dosing yourself. You scroll past 80 things. Yes, feel good, feel good, feel good, feel good, feel good, feel good. You're chasing feel good emotion. You wake up the next day, your mind threw it all in the trash because there's no connection. Your mind couldn't connect it to the future you want. So you wake up the next day. What are we doing today? You don't know. What are my to-dos? What is the next step? How do I build my business? How do I brand? How do I market? How do I price? How do I create my lead right magnet? How do I do my funnel? How do I do this? Who are my customers? Where do I go? How do I create content? They've not been answered. All these bountiful amount of questions you've not found answered, but yet you're consuming content, and the content is not helping you answer those questions. Self-sabotage is repeating the same behavior that is not working over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Last 5 years, last 2 years, last 3 years, your relationship with these things, how have they helped you? If you don't change, if you don't disrupt right now, the next 5 years will look the same. If you don't want it to look the same, you've got to do something radically different. That's why we talk about transformation, renewing of the mind. So that's the message today. Once we start asking ourselves this question, what do I think about this? Right? In fact, it's a circle. What do I think about this behavior and how I'm behaving? Right? How does it make me feel? These steps and actions I'm taking, what results will it get for me? Start asking that question over and over on all topics. All topics, actually. It's a framework. I always teach, I like frameworks because the answer, when I give you frameworks, which I do a lot in my school, the answer to that we emerge will be so in the context of the person using the framework. Because if I just tell you mine, it's not useful. But when I design frameworks, like I just released one on the profitable community, those who want to build community that is profitable, right? Because many people are investing, creating, bringing people, I will do this for you. You're making promises you ought not to be making. And then people come and they don't, you're not, listen, that's class, my students know, I will break it down for you. Because at the end of the day, this is your livelihood. You're investing your time, energy, and resources for your future, and you want to guarantee success. You have to do things that will guarantee success for you. Everybody's trying to guarantee success for themselves. You have to do the same. So I give my students, my clients, strategies for you to be successful, right? For your business to grow and for you to be successful. You're not here to really waste your time. And don't let anybody play games with your future as well. Don't be giving your time away like that. Be careful. Make sure that you're investing your time in the right spaces that will move you forward and help you achieve success. On that note, thank you for joining. Check us out at toyinumesiri.academy. Tons of resources, life-changing resources. And give me a thumbs up, comment. Let me know what questions you have on your mind. How are you processing what I just shared? Have you heard this before? Is it a reminder? What are you going to do differently? Listen, there's work to be done. Let's not give our time. We need our time. Listen, you need your time back. You need your energy back. You need your resources back. And you need to invest it in things that will support the future you want. Right? But if you give your little time away, give your little energy away, guys, I'm just calling us to reflect. Let's not be dragged into this, the world, where the world is going. You've got to be careful. Don't be blown away by the wind. There is a wind right now. There is a wind. There's a wave in the world that is blowing people. Confusion. All of these things are out there. But the people that are with us, listen, we're calling ourselves. We're calling ourselves now. Right? There's a clarion call. I'm calling my community. Listen, listen, listen. Don't be blown away. Be wise, wise. Wisdom is called for at times like this. Look at the world. Wisdom is what will rescue us all. We have to be wise with our time, with our energy and resources and our relationships. Protect your hearts. Don't be swept away by all these things, gimmicks and stuff out there. Protect your heart. Protect what you consider to be precious to you. Your time ought to be precious. Right? Your money, your health, everything, your family. Protect those things. Don't leave it out there and expecting people to do. I don't know why I'm talking like this, but whatever is happening out there, I don't see it getting better, but we have to get better. Get my point? We have to get better. We have to be bigger than whatever this thing is. We have to level up, right? So that you are not swallowed by whatever this stuff is. We have to call ourselves by. So call your friends, pull up, call your friends. Listen, what's your game plan? Right? Take the program, the game plan series in my school. Have your life strategy workbook. It challenges you to think about what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are my goals, what are my aspirations, my days, my time, right? How do I cultivate relationship? How do I network that will help me achieve the wealth building strategy? Wealth building is a belief system, right? That is marked by specific way of thinking, behavior. Listen, it's a culture. We now have to embrace a new culture of a way of being that helps us level up and achieve financial success, and also success round year round in all areas of our life. It's work. It's anything important, anything worth it in life will require work, guys. So that's it. Thank you.